Okay. So if you like the sounds of making $1,000 a month, let's dream a little bit more. Let's show what, if you buckle down and you really just focus on that one next month, let's see what comes from there. We already talked a little bit about how if you see, if you hold 8 shows, you know, you're going to see at least 60 people on average, okay? So now there's this thing called the one-third, one-third, one-third principle. Again, this doesn't come from me in my brain. I didn't dream this up. This came from Pampered Chef after extensive research. And here's what that principle tells us. If we take the skills, and I'm going to be reviewing the skills with you later, there's only 5 of them, they're not that hard. But if we really focus on fine-tuning those skills, then about a third of the people that we see at shows, well, first of all, 1 out of every 68 will book. So we're going to continue to have the bookings we need. But in addition to that, approximately 1/3 of the people we see will say yes to taking some information home with them. Okay, who do we send information home with? We send people home with information who ask lots of questions during the Q&A segment and who say, I'd like to take some information home. Who else do we send information home with? Everybody who schedules a show. Because everybody who schedules a party gets information in their packet. Okay, so between people scheduling parties and people saying, yes, I'd like to have information about the business, about 1/3 of the people that you see at your parties will take some information home with them. That's the first 1/3. 1/3 of the people we offer information will take it home with them. So if we see 60 people, what's 1/3? 20. Okay, so that means 1 or 2 people schedule a party and 1 other person takes information home. That's 3. 3 times however many shows you're doing is going to be about 20 people at the end of the month taking information home. Okay, and again, we don't expect you to figure that out on your own. We're going to train you on how to generate interest so that enough people say, yes, I would like to take information home. Okay, then of the people who take that information home, about 1/3 of them will talk to us further. We'll follow up with some people and they'll say, yeah, you know, I looked it over and I just don't think this is for me right now. Or I gave it to my sister and she said it's not something that she's interested in. But about 1/3 of those people who take information home will say, yes, I would love to get together over a cup of coffee, or I would love to have a 3-way call with you and whoever your trainer is. That would probably be me or someone on our director team. And I would like to learn more about this. Okay, so of those 20, about 6 to 7 will talk further and get information. And then the last 1/3 is about 1/3 of the people that we talk to will say, yes, I'd like to get started now. Some people say, this sounds great, but I need to wait till I move, or I need to wait till my child starts school, or whatever. But about 1/3 will say, yeah, let's go for it. I want to do this. So 1/3 of 6 to 7 would be 2. Okay? And then here's the number of bookings that we're going to generate, 10 down here. So once your calendar's in place, you get the sales because the people are there. You get the bookings because we've got great host rewards and we're going to train you on how to generate interest about that. But you're also going to get people who are interested in the business, probably a couple of people a month. Okay? And what I want to show you now is where you'll be in a couple of short months. So you spend the next week or so working very closely with your director. And in September, you've got those 2 parties a week and you make $1,000. But now let's talk about September, October, November. Let's talk about where you'd be in November. You like the sound of $1,000 a month? It's about to get a little bit better pretty quickly, just 90 days. 90 days. You're still doing 2 parties a week, still just 8 short shifts. You still have a $500 show average. Although a lot of people by this time, when they're doing 2 parties a week, $500 show averages are usually a thing of the past. $600, $700, $800 is very common in our area for people who have experience, okay? But we're going to go with conservative numbers. You still got a $500 show average. You're still selling $4,000 a month, okay? You're still making 25% commission on your personal sales, so you're still making $1,000 a month there. But you've bumped into 2 people a month who've said, yeah, I'd like to do this. So now you have 6 people on your team. What happens when you have just 5 people on your team who are selling? You're a director. Yes. Yep. So by this point, you're a director. 90 days from now, not someday, not decades from now, 90 days from now, this November, right before Christmas. How cool. 6 people, and let's say they're selling at an average of $1,000 a month. Some of them are going to sign up and you know, do just a couple shows a month. Some are going to sign up and be doing 2 shows a week. Let's say on average, they're selling $1,000 a month. That's 6,000 in sales. As a director, you make 3% on your team sales. If you're not a numbers person, just kind of hang with me until I circle the number at the bottom and know that it's real, because I am a numbers person. So when you are a director, you make 3% of your team sales. Your team sales are equal to your personal sales, which are 4,000, and what your people are selling, which is 6. So in this case, your team sales are 10,000, and you make 3% of that. How much money is that? $300. Okay. You also make what we call a production bonus. The production bonus is this: however many people you have on your team who are active in a month, you get $10 for every active person. 6 people, your production bonus is $60. So now, this November, for doing the same 2 little old shows a week, now you're making 1,000 plus 300 plus 60. You're making $1,360. But let me tell you, it's rare that someone does 2 parties a week for 3 months in a row and still has a $500 show average. These are conservative numbers. These could be a lot bigger than this. $1,360 in the end of November. What are you going to do? Rick, you've already bought the iPad. Now what?
Oh, goodness. By the time I start thinking about that retirement home. You know,
like retirement home. Putting it toward the retirement home.
I need a lake home.
Yeah, me too.
A cabin.
Yep, I've already scoped some out. Absolutely. Lake house. All right. What would you do, Maggie? You've fixed the muffler, you've bought the books, and now you got $1,360 more coming in. Now what?
We go to New York for Thanksgiving.
Go to New York for Thanksgiving.
That's a good one.
Awesome. I want that for you. How about you, Laura? You've been paying off credit cards now and things like that. What are you doing with $1,360 in the end of November?
My goal is to build a retirement fund because we really don't have any, and my husband it came fast, and it's not long before he's going to retire, and I want to retire with him.
Yes.
And I'm 2 years younger than him, so.
I hear you. And we look into what's called a SEP, a self-employment pension plan. You can take pre-tax money and put it in there. That's what I do. So look into that. But yes, so you could be putting a significant amount of money into retirement. And hopefully by this point, if your credit cards aren't all the way paid off, they're close to it. And you can look to have those gone and be just piling that money right into your retirement account, or, send some over to Rick so you can buy his lakefront property.
Party my place.
Okay? And you're still doing 2 parties a week. Still fewer shifts than most part-time jobs. What part-time job can you do and take home $1,360 90 days after you start?
Amazing.
But you can do that here. You really, really, really can. Okay? But I like to dream big, or bigger. So now I want to talk about where you could be in 6 months. So November, December, January, February. February of 2014. Kind of seems like a long way away, but you know how fast retirement came up, right, Laura? Time goes by quickly. So let's talk about where you could be in February. Okay? You're still doing 2 parties a week. And we're still considering that you have a $500 show average. Well, you know what? Do you guys want to, let's go a little bit bigger. You're still doing 8 parties, only now you have a $600 show average because you've had a lot of practice. You've earned tons of free products over the months because you're not just earning commission, you're earning free products as well. You own all kinds of things. So now you're up to a $600 show average. So you're selling $4,800 in a month. What's your commission on your personal sales?
Well, by now it's changed.
27%, exactly right. You've gone up from 25% because once you hit 15,000 in career sales, your base goes up to 22 and it goes up from there. So who knows what 27, I didn't do the math on this, I'm going to need help. Who knows what 27% of 4,800 is?
1296.
1296. Are you just that good in math, or do you have a calculator?
I have a calculator. It would take me another minute.
Okay, keep that
I am not good enough.
keep that calculator up because we're going to need it because I haven't crunched these exact numbers. $1,296 for your personal sales. Okay. But now, one person that you met maybe in the fall said, I could do 2 parties a week, and I'd like to make more money, so I want to do this 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and I'll commit to doing this. Okay, so now one person on your team has become a director. Do you know what that means for your title? It means you're an advanced director. And this is a very, very nice place to be. And it's certainly not the top of the heap, but wow, it's a really nice place to be.
Very
Let's
nice.
talk about that. Now you're in business 6 months. Okay, so now you've got, let's say you've got 10 people on your team who are selling at $1,000 each. That's 10,000 in what's now called your personal team sales. Okay, but remember, you had that one person who said, I'm going to do 2 parties a week. So you got one person selling at 4,000. Okay, and then that person has recruited, and that person has a team of 5, and they're selling at $1,000 a piece. Okay, so now let's look at what your organizational sales are. Organizational sales are equal to your personal sales, which is 4,800, plus what your personal team is selling, 10,000, plus your downline team. So 19,800. Let's just round it to 20,000. Okay? So your organizational sales are around 20, no?
Should be 5,000.
No.
Yeah, that 5 should be 5,000.
That 5 is 5.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
So that puts you at 1920. It's about 20,296.
No, not this.
No, not
48.
counting? Okay, so that's
48
19,000.
and 10. So
Oh, okay.
9, 19, 2380.
Yeah, 23.
Let's say 24,000, because I'm rounding up $200. Somebody did a catalog show.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so now you've got 24,000 in organizational sales. Do you know what the percentage is for an advanced director? I know Rick knows.
It's 4%, yes.
4%. He's an advanced director right now. Okay, so 4% of 24,000 is $960.
Yes.
Okay, so 960 plus your 10 people. You've got an activity bonus of $100. That's like a show,
It is.
and it's your activity bonus. I don't even know if I'm in the picture. I'm still here. Okay, so now $1,060 in overrides.
Wow.
Okay, you made $1,000 your first month of business, and that was pretty good. That was like, wow, it's just 2 parties a week. This is $1,060 for no more parties. Same amount
Of work.
of work. By the way, if you're watching this, and I'm your director, I'm not just your director. I'm actually an upper level director. Okay, Maggie, who's your director? Andi. Where is she tonight? Not here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's fine. I train everybody in the downline.
Yeah.
So where do you think your people are going to go for training?
Here.
Yes. Laura, who's your recruiter? Nancy. Where is she? They're not goofing off. It's not their job to be here tonight. Okay? I don't want you to think I'm saying they're bad people. They don't have to be here tonight. This isn't their job. It's my job. I love to be the center of attention and train. It's my favorite part of this business. I do way more training than the home office tells me I'm required to do. But I love it. I'm passionate about it. I want to teach people, enable people, empower people to transform their lives. And this is what I do. Rick, who's your director?
Michelle.
Michelle is your director. Where is she tonight?
Michelle.
At a party. Doing a party. Yep. And it's not her responsibility
Nope.
to be here either. It's not Rick's responsibility, but he's as passionate as I am, and he loves to videotape these so we can reach even more people. Okay? So the people that you bring into this business, you are not going to spend a lot more time training and supporting them. That's what we are here. We work together as a co-op. Okay? So I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all these folks? There's already a system in place that's going to help train and support. Probably you watched some videotapes when you first got into the business. We've got all the training in place, whether people live close by or whether they live in another state. We've got access to all the training and support that they need, okay? And you can make over $1,000 a month in overrides. But So what does that give you for a total income?
2356.
2356?
Yep.
How would you feel about making $2,356 a month for doing 2 Pampered Chef parties a week? Yahoo!
is right. Yes.
So, you know, that lake house, not so
Mhm.
far down the road, retirement, you know, I feel like I've been retired for a lot of years
Same here.
because I used to be a nurse. I used to work full time. Believe me, in comparison, this seems like retirement. And it's nice, it's flexible. I can take all the time off that I want. I can do shows anywhere I go, if I want or not. I mean, it's entirely up to the individual, okay? But $2,356, not someday, not somebody else, you in 6 months, okay? If you embrace, let me just fill September. Once September's full, that numbers game kicks in gear in your favor, okay? And like I said, we cover the other skills that are needed. So do you want to hear what those skills are?
Stop there. Yeah, we want to hear those skills. Yes.
Okay. He's stopping the tape.